Are you thinking about investing in an Airbnb in Saskatoon? With short-term rentals becoming an increasingly popular way to generate income, you might be wondering, does Saskatoon offer a golden opportunity for investors in 2025? In today's video, we'll deep dive into Saskatoon's Airbnb market, the potential returns, the risks, and whether now is the right time to make your move. I'm Conor, Palendat, realtor with Mill & Venture & Associates. All of my contact info is in the description below, so if you have questions about today's video or the real estate market in Saskatoon and area, please feel free to reach out anytime. Thanks for watching, and let's get started. Saskatoon has been steadily growing as a destination for business travelers, sports events, and even tourists looking to experience the city's vibrant culture. But how does that translate to the Airbnb market? Over the last few years, short-term rentals have surged in popularity, offering an alternative to traditional hotels. With events like the Saskatoon Jazz Festival, university-related travel, and a booming tech sector, demand for Airbnb properties has increased. But is it enough to make investing worth it? Let's break it down. When evaluating an Airbnb investment, two key factors matter: occupancy rates and nightly rental prices. Now, the median occupancy rate for Saskatoon Airbnbs is 73%, with nightly rates ranging from $90 to $200+ depending on the size and amenities. High-performing properties, especially those near downtown or the University of Saskatchewan, can generate thousands of dollars a month. But here's the catch. These numbers vary based on seasonality. Summer months and major event weeks drive the highest demand, while winter months can be slower. So if you're considering investing, you'll want to plan for fluctuating income. But before you hop on the excitement train, you need to understand the rules. Saskatoon, like many cities, has introduced regulations for short-term rentals. Here's what you need to know. You must obtain a short-term rental license if the property isn't your primary residence. There may be zoning restrictions based on your location, and condos and apartment buildings often have their own rules about short-term rentals, so always check with the condo board. Failure to comply with city bylaws can result in fines, so doing your due diligence is a must before listing your property. Which brings us to our next point. Saskatoon, like a number of cities, is starting to crack down on Airbnbs due to the low rental vacancy it's facing. Last year, the Government of Canada created a short-term rental enforcement fund, which was a way for communities across Canada to use federal dollars to crack down on short-term accommodations that consume rental supply and can result in fewer long-term rentals on the market. The City of Saskatoon applied for $380,000 from this fund and is expected to cover most of the costs for an enforcement program in a 3-year period, with $25,000 coming from the city to cover management and supervision of the program. So those looking to make their rental a legitimate business and avoid steep fines are not able to obtain a license unless the unit is a homestay, when the owner lives in the home where the unit is being rented, because of an active moratorium in Saskatoon. The moratorium I speak of: in January 2024, Saskatoon stopped granting business licenses to short-term rental properties, which provides tenancies for less than 30 days. As under the city's business license bylaw, once the rental vacancy rate drops below 3%, it cannot permit new licenses to stand-alone short-term rentals, which are separate residences from where the owner stays. So, what does that mean for those who don't have a license or are buying a property solely to use it as an Airbnb? According to City Council documents, there are about 230 licensed units in the city. While there is not a precise number of unlicensed units operating in the city, it is said that there are about 700 or so listings on Airbnb total. The documents also say the city will contact property owners in violation of the bylaw to provide them a deadline to either stop operation or obtain a license. If they're found to be non-compliant, they could face fines up to $25,000 per day for each day the offense occurred, as determined by the courts. So, The big question you're looking to answer is investing in a Saskatoon Airbnb right for you. If you're planning to purchase a property solely for an Airbnb, at this point in time, it does not make much sense as you are unlikely to be able to get a license and face stiff fines for operating without one. However, if you are a homeowner or purchasing with the intent to occupy one level full-time and want the extra income and flexibility a short-term rental affords, especially if you have a basement suite, which are becoming more and more popular, Airbnb can provide extra cash flow without buying a separate property and give you flexibility that a long-term rental does not. Have family coming to visit? No problem. You don't have a long-term tenant preventing that. Want to renovate and occupy the basement suite while it's being done? Again, not an issue. And this is the type of flexibility that makes short-term rentals so desirable. So to wrap things up, the Saskatoon Airbnb market in 2025 presents exciting opportunities, but is evolving fast. If you're thinking about diving in, do your research, understand the regulations, and ensure it aligns with your financial goals. Have questions about finding the perfect investment property? Reach out to me. I'd love to help you navigate the Saskatoon market. Again, all my contact info is in the description below. Reach out anytime. Thanks for watching and have a great day.